Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for those born in the year of the pig. So being a general reading, you know the score, general reading rules apply, roles can be reversed if someone else turns up in your reading, timing is hardly absolute. Now these readings seem to be manifesting as not so much it's a definite prediction. It's more of if this circumstance arises, you can have that switch go in your head going, yeah, I was told about this. And that's the feeling that I'm getting from them so far. But there's, hopefully it is a prediction thing for you. But also you can ask a question. I'm not going to guarantee with this sort of spread whether that question will be answered or not. But if you want to ask a question, think about all the questions that are around you, choose one of them, focus on it, but be aware of all of them because cards will answer whatever they want to and not necessarily what you and I think is the most important. That's pretty much the housekeeping done. Apart from all the details about the reading is in the description down below, as is a link to the Facebook page for this channel, which has its own inbox. So you can contact me directly there if you're interested in your own personal reading. Because obviously that will be a little bit more specific than this. Now, let me bring up the cards because I can't think of any more housekeeping to say. I used to always have about 4 minutes worth of it, but now I can't remember. So you've no doubt seen a very fast motion shuffle video so far. And we have, excuse me, we have some interesting cards here, as in here we have hexagram 33, same as the last sign got, which is about retreat and about getting a higher vantage point of the situation. And I have to say that it sort of starts, let's say, tumultuously. We start with the Five of Cups, which, as you know, seems to be loss. And sometimes threatens to be concentrating on what is lost rather than what remains. But 5 is a number of challenge. 5 is also a number of freedom. And I really am getting that whole freedom vibe from it. It's almost as if you are released from something by the destruction of something. We have the Tower to the Star here in the In-Between Tarot. You see what that said? Because that, to me, that means that your view is clearing, that the obstacles have moved out of the way. Let's have a look what it says. Tower to a positive twist of fate. Yes, the obstacles have moved out of the way, but you need to get that vantage point to retreat for for a few minutes, a few days, a few weeks, whatever it takes, for you to look at what has been destroyed, what has been lost, what has been shattered, and find, well, the Hermit card is find your own inner light. But it's also a lot of concentration of working on your own. Didn't I have a Four of Swords? Yeah, Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I don't know. I mean, on the bottom of the decks, we have Ace of Pentacles, New Beginning. Seven of Swords, Strategy, or of course, Lies and Deception. We've got Justice to the Hanged Man. Now, to me, that is saying that the lines are blurring. It says here, moving through turmoil, which would figure with everything that's going on in this first column. There has been some turmoil. You seem to be quite unscathed by it. And use... I don't want to use past tense though, because we've got a continuation of it here. But it's almost like you can step to one side and nurture, Queen of Pentacles here, Queen of Pentacles here, nurture what you have seen in that wreckage that remains, that is precious to you and important to you. Because we've got the Queen of Cups reversed here. There's a chance of being a bit bitter. But there's also that's also an implication to me with these two Queen of Pentacles right next to it, that the time for airy fairy dreams has passed. look at what you've been left to work with. That's the important thing. And yeah, those dreams can come back into play, but don't be committing yourself to anything or any other beings, people around you at the moment, because that way causes nightmare, and you're going to find that a whole new dream is coming up to replace what you were, with what's left, with what you've got to work with. So that's a whole new dream. It's stability in the midst of chaos with this King of Cups, but also that stone engraving of the King of Cups on the back of his throne rather warns me about being too stuck about what this dream here was. Whatever has been destroyed, whatever was trying to get accomplished and has gone horribly wrong, or, well, not horribly wrong, because that implies the situation is stronger than what it is. I don't feel that something's gone horribly wrong, but I do feel that something has failed and broken. But what you are left with is so much more to work with. We have, from the Enchanted Map and the Quantum Oracle, I've never had these two cards together, the Golden Palace and the Sacred Temple, which says to me, especially with this warning against commitments, that there is a grand unveiling of a new direction for you, what that Ace of Pentacles is promising, and the Ace of Pentacles echoed here, right, in the centre of the deck. But you've got to sidestep this conflict that is going on around you. It's almost like, right, Knight to the Queen of Cups, I just looked it up, it's talking about settling down. But looking at the symbolism, it's almost like there is a dream coming to you that can be offered to you, that you can take on board or not, but it's something that will cause you to, I mean, this guy's picking up his spear and shield in a response to the woman coming with the water. Now, I'm not saying he's going to attack the woman coming to the water. I'm feeling more, it's like she's going, right, I'm taking this over here. Are you coming? And that is when things start taking off for you. But you have to nurture what is left from that wreckage and prevent it getting affected from conflict around you. Then you're going to be pleasantly surprised, because there's this new dream coming in, this new motivating force, this new direction to go into, because you can't go where you was going to go. So, there's this new place to go to, whatever it is. And that's when luck starts playing in your way. Look at this final column. We have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by death. So I'm seeing that, yeah, circumstances around you have changed. They're going to change more yet. Change is on its way. You just saw the head of the parade. You've yet to see the body of the parade of change, because we know that things will start moving fast as long as you, when you get to the point of going, all right, we'll go this way then, because that's the more practical one, because my old dream, as good as it probably was, does not fit the current circumstances. You cannot carry on with that old dream. There is a new one that needs to come along. And it's something that you need to plan for. It's something that here's the future planning, 3 to the 4 of Wands. There's something that you need to cut out. Now, we've got 9 of Cups reversed here, which, this is not your wish fulfillment. Yeah, there is a risk of some form of gluttony here. We've got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. If you keep to those spiritual directives, motives, basically, if you keep doing things where you feel good about yourself and you can go to bed that night going, I've been a good person again today, stick to those and your plans will work out nicely, because change is going to come in. But you have to disentangle yourself from conflict that is around you right now, and see, it's literally pick through the wreckage and see what's worth salvaging. I nearly said scavenging, but that's the wrong word. Salvage. You know, what can be saved and what simply needs to be... Where's that Queen of Swords? Yeah, that's a good point. Ah, there. What simply needs to be left, removed, because what you had wanted to do, that's fallen to pieces. But you are left with something better to do as long as you weather the conflict that's around you. You do not fall to gluttony and you obey your highest instincts here. Now I've got verse number, verse number 61 of the Tao Te Ching. I'll read that in a second, but getting that vantage point, leading to your highest aspirations, high priestesses and hierophants, even though they are not like a divine pairing in the major arcana, there is a high priestess and high priest. You know, so they have roles that match one another. And so there's that element of balancing. And that Nine of Cups reversed is warning against any form of gluttony and maybe protectiveness as well, because there's something where you can see yourself making a commitment to this in the future. You don't need to make a commitment right now. You are working towards the future, but we know with Golden Palace Sacred Temple it's leading you to a good place. But the Sacred Temple aspect of it is definitely linking in with the Hierophant and High Priestess about staying in tune with your highest ideals and your highest behaviours. This is sometimes you need to do what needs to be done. This is not one of those times. You need to preserve what you can out of what has fallen to pieces and use this in a totally different way, totally new way to you. But if there's ever a point where you are aware of the line and something is inspiring you to cross that line, do not cross that line. Find another way. That will work out for you. Whether it means not telling somebody something or using something that's not precisely yours or whatever, you need to come out of this situation smelling of roses. Covered in dust, no doubt, from the collapse of the tower here, but nonetheless smelling of roses and leading on to, because this is the tower to the star. Like I said, it's a clear, the appearance of clarity or the clearing away of obstacles. But it's the clearing of the way of obstacles by something falling and getting destroyed. And I'm led to think of the billowing clouds of dust that we saw nearly 20 years ago now. You've got to wait for those dust clouds to settle, which is why you need to distance yourself, gain some perspective, and then head on in to salvage and rescue what you can. So, verse 61, to be humble. When a large country is like water which runs towards lower places, all other countries will unite with it. In the unity of the world, the female always overcomes the male with stillness. The stillness is akin to the lower position. This is how a large country can be respected by a small country and conquer it. If a small country takes the lower position and allows itself to be influenced by the large country, the small can conquer the large. That is why, by being lower to take or lower to be taken, a large country only tries to annex a small one, and a small country only tries to protect its people. They both find what they want, therefore it is fitting for the large country to be the lower one. So that really fits in with what I was saying about sticking to your highest ideals and gaining the perspective, gaining that bit of distance away. But, final card, exceeding expectations. This is going to be a lot better than what you think. That's why it's not a 9 of Cups, because somewhere over here where I haven't drawn them yet, there's a 10 of Cups waiting. Okay, so short and sweet, I know, Pig, but sorry about that. But if it means anything to you, because it looks like you're going, I mean, as I read the cards, you're going through that tumult right now. But this tumult is going to be a good thing. It really is. Okay. We will. I will see you next time I do the Chinese zodiac readings. And obviously, like I say, there'll be something for the new moon coming out later today. Today as I film it, which is the Sunday before the full moon. But yeah, see you soon. Good luck. Cheers.